45-yard line, I don't want to kick it with you. No photos, I'm focused on the bigger picture.
Alright, back to it. So, our favorite thing to talk about, as of right now, just because
Not really.
we're not quite into the fantasy football life yet. Like we just had a draft. Rig was not
That
involved.
was fun.
I was not involved at all, actually, which is cool.
Imagine Alvin Kamara going first overall. That's the kind of draft we had.
Bro,
Shout out
imagine
Ray.
drafting a defense in the 4th round.
Yeah, for those watching, this is not our competitive top league.
I
to
have
say.
5 running backs,
at
and my
least.
worst one is Darrell Henderson. So it kind of shows what kind of league it was. But anyway,
Kind of tragic. I mean, these guys chirp my fantasy abilities. I'm not even in this league, but then I see a defense go in the 4th round. I was like, your credibility is gone.
It makes me miss Rick.
Garbage.
Oh,
a
you
lot.
want to talk about a lot of things? What about
Yeah.
the 2 wins I got you last year, buddy?
Yeah, I mean-
When I took over your
Folks,
team.
don't listen to
Dude, he
this
picked up
false
Gus
information.
Edwards and went 2-0.
Gus
Unreal.
Edwards. Yeah, he picked me up players. He says it's just Gus Edwards.
Solid 2 points a
We won't
game.
even talk about that, though.
Yeah, that's for a different day.
Your team looks really good, though.
Wait
We
till
go.
hey, we'll revisit this when we play.
We will.
That's gonna be
We
my
totally will.
my team's name is Only Tony's. When I had his team, it was called Rigatoni's.
So now he's just straight up only Tony's.
Yeah,
But he never
way
actually
better.
had my team. It was some controversial stuff happening that I don't really want to blast Anthony about.
God, just hit.
Wait, what?
Just hit next on the slide, please.
All right, Madden
Fuck.
ratings, top running backs. Let's go. So this is how we do this. We have the Madden ratings compared to PFF grades. I don't put the actual grades up because I don't want to. It's a paid service. I don't want to put the numbers
We're
up.
trying to do all that shit.
It's just not fair to the organization. But we'll compare and contrast based off elite grade, average elite grade, and then like above average grades. So number 1, they have Christian McCaffrey, who barely has played over the last 2 years. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think that's boo boo.
Last year, not 2 years.
I just doesn't Henry have to be 1?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's got to be Henry, Dalvin, and then Kamara, I would say.
I'm still giving CMC the 3rd spot. He hasn't played, but man, the talent is there.
I just don't like him anymore.
Well,
Oh, man. So
I didn't ask.
here's my thing. When it comes to CMC, and we'll get into it farther down, but like when it comes to injuries and missing time, there are much worse grades. So like what CMC did, not last year, the year before that, 1,000 and 1,000, like no one's ever done that. I wouldn't be upset if Derrick Henry was 1
versatility,
and
baby.
CMC is 2, but I think CMC has to stay in the top 2. I'm not mad either way. The other thing too is McCaffrey is just more versatile. All of his passing ratings as a pass catcher is going to give him that boost against Derrick. But again, Derrick going for over 2,000 yards, unbelievable. I wouldn't be mad with him number 1, but I don't. Again,
not
there
only
are
should
people like we won't get there. I'll point it out later in the later numbers and rankings, but it gets real bad.
not only should Henry be 1, but he needs to be a 99. He needs to be in the 99 club. You go 2,000 yards, I don't care. It's historic.
Dude, he's not. He has no pass catching ability.
I don't care.
I don't even know if you can like. It's all an algorithm. It's a video game. So like, okay, you can put him at 99, but the algorithm, he has to be a better pass catcher because that affects, right? That's why McCaffrey's so high. That's why Alvin Kamara's so high.
Getting
So, like-
lectured by a kid that played Madden 2007. Grow up.
Yo, Sean Alexander, Madden 2007 is untouchable. Don't
Unreal.
at me.
Unreal.
Joe Mixon.
But I'm just saying, it's just math. Let the Asian kids, it's an algorithm, right? Like if Derrick Henry's a 99 with 0 pass catching ability, it weighs all the pass catching ability of players
0.
like Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara.
Well, then how is Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb not rated higher then?
I don't like Nick Chubb's pass catching ability. Not that I don't like it. I don't think he's able to use it with
Even Kamara.
Kareem
that's
Hunt
the argument.
there. Dalvin Cook, I
Right.
agree with. I think Dalvin Cook is,
Right, 'cause he's
there's shade there.
Because
Again.
Dalvin's probably the second best pure runner out on this whole list. Like,
Yep.
Chubb over Dalvin, nobody agrees with that.
no, there's no. Dalvin should be right now based off how the NFL was last year. Should be Derrick Henry probably number 1, then Dalvin 2, and I'll put McCaffrey at 3 just out of respect.
Okay. Kamara, though? At least top 5. You have to say.
I'll leave Kamara
I mean-
where he is. I like.
But that's
him
the
where
thing
he's at.
though, is like CMC at 3, but that's like completely disregarding what he did the year prior, right? Like
This is
and
about
that's the
what
thing
you've
with
done.
Madden is like as it literally but here's the thing, right, with these Madden rankings, and this is how flawed they are again, but once we turn the page from 11 to 20, Marlon Mack, who literally has not played a game in over a year, is rated higher than people that played a full season last
Well, I
year.
mean, go look at Saquon Barkley. He's 90 overall, which is low,
Ripped his ACL
but he hasn't even.
fucking
He's
hinge.
barely even played. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Elliott, non-existent when Dak left. What was that like week 6?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Dude. Bro, here's the thing. Okay, again, I agree. I think I would not be mad with Henry at 1, right? My thing with Zeke, if we're going to bring up Zeke, he actually didn't have a bad year, right? Like, to have so many injuries on the offensive line, Dak being gone, having a different quarterback once every 2 weeks, right? He still put up 979 yards. He was almost a 1,000-yard rusher. He had 338 passing yards, averaged 4.01 yards per carry. Where he struggled was the touchdowns. That's why like he wasn't rated as highly, as he only had 6 touchdowns, where normally he's a lock for 10 touchdowns a year. But the Cowboys didn't score that many points because you had the Red Demon, the Ginger guy, and Andy Dalton, and whoever else got a chance to play
Easy.
quarterback last year.
Easy.
You got to get the touchdowns, though. That's why they got Zeke like that. Because, you know what, maybe yards don't get you points. Got to jam the football down their throat in the red zone.
yeah, I don't disagree.
playoffs.
I don't really disagree with the rest of the list. I just think like the top 5 could be rearranged up here, like on the Madden side. And maybe Josh Jacobs could be a little bit higher, just because he's been consistent.
Wow.
And like I think that he should be above Barkley right now, just because like what has Barkley needs to prove himself.
Correct. And
He
just
needs
throw
to
Mixon
prove
in there.
himself. And Josh Jacobs has at least been a very solid running back, very consistent
Dude.
running back.
Barkley's done more the 2 years before this year when he got hurt than Jacob ever has in at least a single year. My thing, the player that shouldn't even be on the
Dude,
top
but
10
that's
in
2
my
years ago.
What do you say?
It was a year ago. He missed 1 season. He got hurt, right? The player that, for me, that everyone's kind of keeping their mouth shut, if you want to talk about touchdowns, all this, is Joe Mixon. 428 rushing yards last year, 3.6 yards per carry, 138 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like,
Yikes.
and he's in the top 10.
What do you mean
Like,
what no
come
one
on.
talked about? I just said like 30 times, throw Mixon in the trash. He's butthole.
Yeah, he should not be
Oh, I
in the
didn't-
top 10.
I didn't hear you throw out Mixon. I thought we were talking about Zeke. But yeah, Mixon should not be in the top 10.
Unbelievable.
I think that's an absolute
Can
joke.
we get my boy Jonathan Taylor in the top 10?
He's on the PFF
Can we
grades
please?
top 10.
Listen.
Let's talk
He
is
about
on the
that, which
PFF,
that
yeah.
list is interesting. Speaking of someone, look at number 5, Rig.
Gus.
No, number 5 on the PFF
Oh, right here.
grades.
Gus Edwards.
Gus
That's
Edwards.
Who did I pick up for your fantasy team when I took over?
Gus Edwards.
Yeah, he's a top 5 running back in the league apparently on PFF grades.
Apparently.
Dude, they have Madison in this. They have Murray, Hines,
Yes.
Edwards. This whole list is
Well,
poop for this.
So their list is more basically based off positive reps. So not necessarily
No, I know,
is
I know.
Gus
I remember what you were
Edwards
saying about it.
like as good as like a Dalvin Cook, but like when he is on the field, he typically makes positive plays. Apparently, according to what they have recorded.
Look, I told you I'll give you Gus Edwards, but I just need a wide
Do you
receiver.
have 11 through 20 on the running back rankings?
Let's see. I actually not positive.
So we're not putting Jonathan
Yes.
Taylor in the top
That's
10?
on. Oh, this is where shit
Unreal.
goes crazy.
All right. Yeah. So like, the PFF grades are kind of interesting, but it's like they put in blocking and pass catching as well as rushing ability all together, and that helps improve your reps. So if you're really good at all that stuff, you're gonna have a way higher grade. If you're not good in one of those areas, your grade's gonna drop. So
It's not a sheesh.
so this
Is that
list
sheesh?
gets a lot of people butt hurt. This side of the page here because
Yep.
not good.
Not good at all.
I like Kareem Hunt's rating. James Robinson's respectable where he's at. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is
dude.
good.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. That's my thing. Is James Robinson okay there? Sure, but my thing is there are running, but like Mostert should not even be close to this list. I get it. Madden speed's a big thing, right? So Mostert, you're going to give him that massive speed rating, but Jonathan Taylor should be rated higher than James Robinson. I have an issue with that.
Keep talking.
Like,
Big issue with that.
Jonathan Taylor should be in the top 10.
Thank you.
Arguably the top 7.
Thank you.
Like, how do you have you literally have Marlon Mack ahead of Jonathan Taylor, and Marlon Mack didn't. He saw what 3 snaps?
Definitely not.
Hey, I think I would take out Mixon for sure, and probably Zeke.
Bye, Zeke.
For Robinson and Jonathan Taylor.
No, I don't. As much as I like Robinson, man, I don't think you can put Robinson
if it was just based off last year, but if you're gonna do a whole because you have to put the legacy together too when you do Madden ratings because that's how they do it. Like they just do it based on mistake. So
hence why Melvin Gordon is still in the top 15. Like, okay, got it.
He is not an 85.
MG3.
Yeah, got it. But here's my thing with Jonathan. Kenyon Drake actually, surprisingly, as much as he screwed me over in fantasy, he actually had a surprisingly okay year. You know, just under 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns. But here's the thing, like Jonathan Taylor.
Below him, though.
It can't get much worse than that. I think he's fine.
Jonathan Taylor was 3rd in the league in rushing yards last year at 1,169, averaged 5.04 yards per carry, just under 300 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. As much as I like James Robinson didn't even, like, he was close. Robinson was 5th in the league in rushing last year. I guess he had 50 more receiving yards, but 7 touchdowns only.
As an undrafted guy, though, like, just a lot of respect to James Robinson. But, you know, I agree with you. Jonathan Taylor should be – he should be top 10.
Yeah. Chris Carson's high in my opinion, too.
I think you can put Edwards-Helaire at the 13 spot. Swap out for Mostert. Kareem Hunt, bump him to 10. Taylor at 11. So I'm going with right now.
Edwards-Helaire had 4 touchdowns last year, so it kind of contradicts your argument from earlier.
Well, people move on, Kai. People move on.
Mostert's also always
actually,
hurt.
I think Edwards-Helaire is fine where he's at. He's a solid start.
He's money, dude.
I like
he's got to prove some stuff.
Chris Carson is underrated.
They got a better O-line, though, in KC. Could be a difference maker, baby.
This guy's a grinder.
Rashad Penny, watch out. Rashad Penny's taking over this year. Let's go.
I'll take Gus Edwards.
The boy from San Diego State. Is that where he went? Where did Penny go? Kai, I thought you knew.
Oh, actually, Rashad Penny? Where did he play? I don't know where he played in college. If I saw it, I'd remember it. But my biggest, I had this in my notes. My biggest Madden snub, obviously JT's one of them. This might be biased because I am an Iowa State boy, but David Montgomery all the way down at 24 is absolutely.
See that's what I mean. Like I don't know who's below Kenyon Drake and others like in Marlon Mack. Like to me, there's probably a couple of guys that can move up on this.
So
list.
21 is Phillip Lindsay, 22 is Antonio Gibson, 23 Cam Akers, 24 David Montgomery, 25 J.K. Dobbins.
Ooh.
So my biggest thing is Montgomery. Like, when are you going to give him some respect? He had over 1,000 yards rushing. He was 6th in the league in rushing last year, 4.3 yards per carry, almost 500 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. I think he had 3 receiving touchdowns on top of that. You're not even going to get my boy in the top 20. Like,
dude, Gibson was good last year.
Gibson was good too.
Yeah, I would probably swap out like Drake, Mack, Gordon, and potentially Mostert for probably 4 of those running backs that you named. But that's
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, Gibson he didn't really get a chance until midway through the season, so his yards really aren't there. But he has 11 touchdowns in the limited time he has.
And he plays that dual threat role of like pass catching as well. I mean, he was a receiver in college as well as a running back, so he's very, very talented. He fits the mold of the NFL today.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's up to you guys if you guys want to look at like some of their like speed ratings, like top. Oh, actually, there was one that was very interesting. Look break tackles. Where is Derrick Henry rated?
Third.
Third at 95, breaking tackles. Do you guys agree with Derrick Henry being third at breaking tackles?
I think his right arm alone.
I mean,
95.
he is number one.
Yeah.
He is number
blows
one at
people
stiff
up.
arm. How is Alvin Kamara number? Okay. But yeah, he's number
My
one
opinion, Dalvin Cook should be number one.
at breaking tackles.
Yep.
I agree. Dalvin Cook. Actually, I mean, I don't disagree with Nick Chubb. I just think Derrick
Shovels
Henry
a
should be
freaking
a 99.
Bus running through there. Oh.
Derrick Henry should be a
Yeah.
99.
It's hard.
He needs to keep
The
his head
thing
up.
with break tackle rating, I guess I don't really know what goes into it, but you got to think of like juke moves, like spin move and stuff, like that right arm, that stiff arm rating should be like 199. But I don't know. I'll always remember when Derrick Henry was doing the pad drills to lift his legs up as a rookie, and it just was not good.
I'm pretty sure, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry ranked pretty high in tackles missed. I know Dalvin Cook always ranks like number one in created missed tackles or breaking tackles or
Just a
yards
shifty
after
guy.
contact type
Just
stuff, but
fast.
Derrick Henry is always right there with Dalvin Cook. Like they're always like 1 and 2. So
It'd be interesting to see how they break their tackles, though, if it's a stiff arm, a truck, or an actual like juke move.
I mean, based off what I've seen from Derrick Henry, I've seen him break tackles in all sorts of ways. So
I don't think I've ever seen Derrick Henry actually get tackled.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
I've seen him fall over, but I've never seen him get tackled.
Yeah, I think it's a myth.
Derrick Henry's running full speed at you. What do you do next?
Fall over.
I like the change of direction
that.
to Dalvin.
what
I
you
agree
do.
with that.
I love that guy.
Oh, Greg,
Mediocre.
I apologize.